I've been using the Galaxy S25 for 12 hours, and here are 4 things that I noticed. I previously just upgraded from the Galaxy S24, so it's not much of a difference for me. But one of the first things you do notice physically is in the back of the phone is the new camera rings. The camera setup itself is essentially the same thing as it was before, but the ring itself looks just a tad different. It reminds me of the Galaxy Z Fold 6 or whatever the latest one is. It got kind of like a edgy, rough look, which is kind of nice. It distinguishes it from the previous version since it's pretty much looks exactly the same. So that's the first thing that I noticed is different. And if you use your phone without cases like I do, it does feel just a bit more rough. My finger does graze against it occasionally. I mean, it doesn't hurt or anything like that, but it's kind of sharp. It's just something minor, but you put a case on it, it doesn't matter. I am team no case, so that's one of the first things I noticed. Second thing I noticed about the Galaxy S25 is the speaker actually sound a little bit louder. When I'm showering, I like to listen to music or podcasts. I didn't do any scientific research or anything like that. It just sounds louder than when I use the Galaxy S24. So I know on paper, when you look at these phones year to year, they don't really change that much, but it's the little details that no one really talk about that you won't really know and notice the difference until you actually use it. And that's one of the differences that I noticed. Third thing that is new about every single phone every single year is a brand new chip. It's always a little bit faster, a little bit more efficient. But I think this year for sure, the battery life is a little bit better just because it's more efficient. So far, after using this phone for a little bit over 24 hours, started my day at 7 a.m. yesterday. Woke up this morning. Well, currently walking to work now at 7 a.m. So we're already a little bit over 24 hours. I'm at roughly 21%, so that in theory it should last me another 3 hours or so at least, so I'll just round it to 27 hours. So really good improvement there just in terms of battery life. I mean, as long as it lasts me from morning to night and then I go to bed, I plug it in, I don't mind charging it overnight. So that's a significant upgrade compared to Galaxy S24, where I'm consistently getting anywhere from, I don't know, 8 to 12 hours. I think that is a huge quality of life improvement, because whenever I use a Galaxy S24, I'm always scrambling to find a charger, even when I'm working from home all day. And I'm driving around, I gotta plug it in, or pretty much have to find a charger anytime a chance I get, because it's not gonna last me throughout the full day. But with the Galaxy S25, but it's looking promising so far, right? And fourth thing I noticed with this phone, I don't know, maybe it is the latest Android version or it's the latest One UI, but I noticed this when I was using the, what's his face, Xiaomi phone 14T Pro. I hated the way the notification panel changed. In the past 10 years, if I want to access the notification panel, I can just drag anywhere on the screen, one swipe down, and I can access the notification panel. Another swipe, I can get more toggles if I want to turn off Wi-Fi or anything like that. But now, if I drag it down on my home screen, I just see just notification, not the widgets itself. And a lot of time, I'm always tinkering with the widget, whether or not I am turning on and off Wi-Fi, I want to mute and unmute my phone. I'm just always trying to reach for the settings toggle, which is something I do really often. And with this phone, it's very challenging to do with one hand, although it is a 6.2-inch phone, the smallest flagship Galaxy S phone in the series. It is a bit challenging to reach the top right hand corner, especially using it with one hand and the left hand as well. I find I have to do a lot of finger gymnastic and took my phone down, crawl all the way to the top. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. And even if you don't get it, you can just simply swipe to the left to access the widgets. But that's fine if you don't have a notification, but if you have like 100 notifications, then it's a little bit more challenging to go that route. because if you try to swipe to the left, you're just gonna, I don't know, the notification is gonna get in the way and you can't access the widget panel. So I don't know, maybe it's something that I would get used to, but I noticed that on the Xiaomi phone. I thought it was a Hyper OS thing where they're copying Apple, because Apple does something similar. You swipe on the left hand side, you get notification. You swipe on the right, you will get the widgets panel. But here, I don't know, because the setting is all the way on the top right hand corner, and it just makes it very challenging and very annoying to use, versus previously I can just swipe anywhere on the screen and I can just access the notification panel that way. So that's been my biggest complaint so far with the Galaxy S25, but so far using it, it's pretty familiar, comfortable to use, it's lightweight. It might be even a tad lighter than the Galaxy S24. I have to double check the figure, but I don't know, just pure gut test, it feels about the same or a little bit lighter. And when I'm using it, I know I got all these new AI tricks, but I'm not really compelled to dive into it and use it, because it's not something, I don't know, none of it really stood out as something that I would use every day, or something that is prominent or right in front of me that forces me to use it. I just use my phone the same way any other phone. Snapchat, texting, watch YouTube here and there. That's about it. I'm probably not going to use this phone in the long run. Like I mentioned before, I really do like the battery life on this phone so far. But I think other than that, all phones are pretty much the same these days. I still have my Galaxy S20. I know the software support for that is ending this year. Going forward, I'm likely just going to use my Galaxy Z Flip 5. That's my main driver. Although I'm not the biggest fan of flipping phones, but I don't know, kind of at that point where I don't feel like switching phones every 30 days anymore. It is so annoying to remember all my password, all my login, all the apps. I know there's like, you're gonna transfer them over, but not everything transfer seamlessly. You still need to know some password, and once you get into your Gmail, they're gonna get a two-step verification. Then I have to go get my other phone. It's becoming a lot of work, and I don't think the differences are that noticeable. Although since I use my Galaxy S20 pretty often, the fingerprint sensor on this phone and the Galaxy S24 is significantly better than the S20. So I can tell you that it's much faster. You can just tap it once. The screen works really well even when it is wet. If you're showering or washing your hands, there's some moisture on the phone, you can still use the phone normally. So that's one of the biggest upgrades I know on the S24. It's pretty much the same here in the Galaxy S25 as well. So overall, if you want a smaller flagship phone, it's nice, it's safe, and I still prefer smaller phones. So hope you guys find this video to be helpful. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Galaxy S24, or if you plan to get I actually did that one by accident, Freudian slip, with the Galaxy S25. But yeah, in general, I prefer smaller phones. Let me know you're going to be getting the Galaxy S25 Ultra or upgrading to any of the newer phones. My friend actually reached out to me to see what phone would I recommend. She was coming from the Galaxy S20 Plus. I told her that if you don't care about warranty and all that, you can probably just go with the Galaxy S24 Plus and save some money. If not, can't really go wrong with the latest Galaxy S25 Plus either. It's reliable, it's safe, nothing's really changing that much year to year. AI tricks, you're gonna eventually get it on any of the previous flagship in the last few years. So there you have it. Alright guys, I know these days super busy, don't have time to post videos every single day, but whenever I can, I try to provide the latest upgrade that matter. I mean, these phones not really changing that much, it's not really worth upgrading just to upgrade. Alright guys, appreciate the time as always. Remember to like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.